mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ride the Rebellion, the only, we're going to claim it now, the only zero drop podcast. Yes, we're about the Gulf Coast. Yes, we're about flatland mountain biking, not flatland riding, right? To be
totally
clear.
different.
We're about encouragement. We're about growth. We're about getting better, being badass. We're about promoting trails. We're about all the fun stuff and none of the bad stuff, mostly. I'm Drew, and with me, as always, is the king of the South Alabama Turndown, Ohio State fan, and the only man I know that's eaten 26 Buckeyes in one sitting.
Oh, man. And survived to talk about it. Here we go. Let's go Bucks.
Don't they make you sick, the actual Buckeye nuts? Don't they
Yeah,
kill
they're
you?
poisonous. The real thing.
Yeah.
But
I
we
mean, do
don't-
you guys feed them to people up there?
No, just chocolate-covered peanuts.
They're
Or
delicious.
well, no.
It's
I'm
hazelnuts
sorry.
or something. Right?
I'm going to get chastised by the
Yeah,
whole
see what's
Buckeye
happening,
crowd.
folks? He's losing his Ohio.
Chocolate-covered peanut butter. Not chocolate-covered peanuts. There's still Ohio depth.
Somebody gave me one just one time when I lived in the Midwest, and I was like, this is the greatest thing. There are some things out of the Midwest that need to be discussed.
That's right.
Buckeyes is one of those.
Buckeyes is amazing.
That is a treat that needs to be
yeah.
get out of the region. It should be accepted everywhere. And frankly, they could be arguably really good mountain bike treats. Like if you're riding, you just need a little boost. There's a little protein from the peanut butter,
Heck yeah.
little caffeine from the sugar.
And
Or from the
Skyway in
chocolate.
2 weeks when I pull about 25 of them out of my pocket, my cargo pocket.
They're all melted.
They're all melt. There's just one.
There's just one big glop. You just lick in your hand.
I'm
Looks
just licking it
Looks
the
like
whole
you
time.
pooed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way. And
What's
then
that weird dude with the sweet potato jersey doing? Don't worry about him. He's
Yeah.
been there for a while.
Yeah,
He's from the north.
He's one of our other riders. I think that's great. I have Toasted Rav, which is out of which is a St. Louis, Missouri vibe, which is just fried ravioli. They're so damn good though.
Ohio will claim the Buckeye, but there's also the chili from Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincy chili's good. I
Yeah.
actually like Cincy chili.
Has a little too much ginger in it for me.
Does it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's sweeter for sure.
It's just
And
chili
do you eat it on spaghetti?
On spaghetti, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just chili on spaghetti.
Yeah.
Don't try to church it up.
Do they? But there's no beans, right?
No beans.
No beans. Yeah. See,
But that's not my style. That's like Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's kind of Kentucky.
Cincinnati's their own
So-
thing. Yeah, it's right across the bridge, right?
Yeah, it's
From Lexington or
yeah,
wherever.
we
it is.
just let them have him.
Yeah. Look, I get it. My I was going to tell you, my buddy lives in Warren.
Yeah. It's up
Um,
by Cleveland.
Yeah, he's not far from Cleveland. Yeah,
Right.
or Pittsburgh. He's on the eastern side of the state. Anyway, he's gonna hopefully ride up there. I was like, dude, just find some stuff.
Ray's
gotta go.
indoor mountain bike park.
Oh, he's already talked about
yeah,
it a
that
lot.
place is awesome.
I'd love
I've never
to go
been
there.
there. I've never been there, but I like,
We will go there at some point
Yeah.
just to do it. But I feel like if you eat shit there, it's the most embarrassing potential thing.
No,
Because
it's
here comes a 9-year-old that's just like thrashing it.
if you ride with me, eating shit's embarrassing no matter what. Because
Wow! wait.
sorry, Todd. You good?
That's just jeez. He pulled him right down.
I'll just go deep. That was a PBR laced tirade.
That was a PBR. Dale's on the PBR. I'm on a diet recently or currently, so
I'm
I
on
can't.
a diet too.
I can't drink the
Just
beers though.
my
I didn't.
diet.
I didn't work them off.
Yeah,
I just got back from a job, and so we ate kind of poorly. Ate a 20-ounce steak. They claimed it was like the best steak in the city I was in. It was okay.
Hey, while we're talking about food, we're rolling here. Beef O'Brady's went there last night.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor. You're welcome to sponsor us. It's on point. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you ever eaten there?
No.
Neither had I. We went, took it on a whim.
Which one did you go to?
Tillman's Corner.
So you rolled the dice with your life.
For sure. Like, we were dodging bullets on the way
That's
out.
right.
It
That's
was
right.
worth it, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I want to go back just to try other things I saw on the menu that I wanted. And it's
Okay.
not. I mean, it's not fancy. There was like, I got a.
So are
Philly
you
with
saying
fries.
that we might need to have a Beef O'Brady's meetup?
That'd be pretty dope. I
Yeah.
bet you they would like it. I don't know. There was a
I bet
bunch
we can
of
make that
now
happen.
hiring signs all over. They might not be employed enough.
They
for
might not
us.
be there.
They might not be there either.
Look, there's a spot.
We might be busting our own tables.
Are you a
Sorry.
chicken wing guy?
Nah,
You're not a chicken wing guy.
not really.
Oh, I'm a chicken wing guy. Like, and for me, the greatest hot wings I've ever had. I've traveled the world. I eat a lot of. When I travel for work, I look for mountain bike trails, which is number one. I look for the best burger if I'm gonna look for food, and then if I don't do the burger, I used to do pizza, but I definitely can't do pizza anymore. And so I'll look for the best chicken wings. And there's a place in Chickasaw, Alabama that has hands down some of the best wings I've ever had in my life. But you're like in Chickasaw, Alabama. Like it's in the middle of nowhere, like ton of thing. And they're fan-freaking-tastic.
I mean, I feel like
I was going to take you there, but you don't deserve it. If you don't say I like chicken wings, you don't get to go.
Chicken wings are one of those things you can't be like half in, half out. It's like sushi. You can't say like, oh, I like it sometimes. Like either you do or you don't.
Can you imagine? We should do some stupid challenges. Like one of those to me would be eating like a whole roll and then sending it.
Oh God,
you would vomit.
I hate
so
sushi
much.
too, so I would be like,
oh my God.
Or no. Here's another thing: 5 Buckeyes, no drinks of water, roll.
Oh my God, yeah,
on
I'm
the
all
new
into
slalom
that.
course.
Oh, 100%. That's the same as like the saltine cracker. Like shove a bunch of saltine crackers and send it.
Yeah,
people are gonna die from this, but it's gonna be awesome.
No, it's gonna be a slow, non-painless death.
Slow, non-painless death.
You death by Buckeye. You and the Wolverines both going down.
That's the Michigan ones.
Yeah,
not the Wolverines. Like
not whatever your X-Men.
Red Dawn. No, not the X-Men. That's not even a comment. I wasn't even going. I was trying to make a You People reference. That was a You People reference to Red Dawn. I thought your people would understand it.
This
and
is
be
the
behind
third
it.
Red Dawn conversation I've had today. I don't
see
know where
the fact that you have Red Dawn proves that I was in your people's mindset. Your people are athletes, by the way, not nerds. I'm talking to athletes, not nerds.
The You People comment is the guys that hung out with doors that slam and smash. Somebody's in the corner smashing their head against the wall, saying they're gonna f everybody up in the game tonight. Right. Those are my people.
Yeah, your people are the people that actually had dates.
Right, your people are the ones that are like calmly discussing how to win the next chess match.
Here's the thing, though; it's flipped a little bit. You got to admit,
it has
nerds have shifted, geeks and all that stuff. Like
new
because
culture. YouTube makes them millionaires.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Seriously, I always look back, and I've actually probably had this conversation with my mom. I'm sure if you're listening, Mom, shout out.
Shout out to Dale's mom.
When we were kids, I said, why in the hell did you let me play basketball all the time? Do you understand the internet knowledge I would have?
Right.
Because like dial-up came out when I was in high school.
Right.
Like I would be balling right now.
It's come full circle though.
Oh man.
Like the nerdery has gone around. And it's different. Like I don't think the jock versus nerd thing. I don't know about in high school, obviously, but I think like now it's a little bit shifted.
But I was cool with everybody in high school though. I thought, what's the point?
No, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
My success, let me bring some other people with me.
I do struggle from time to time. It's easy, like mountain biking, though, to find that. I'm talking about the real zero drop test. The zero drop test. See, you're laughing because you know exactly. I was one of those. You rode by, and I had a bunch of camera gear. Futzing, I've talked about it on the show before, and you like made a snarky remark and kept going, and then it was you and Mackie, because I remember now. And then you went down the trail, and I'm sure it was just boom, 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 just shotgun blasts of like quippy snark fired back at the.
It's always like that too when you first see somebody. You're like, and then you want to test them, and you want to test them as in like, not how they did that day, but are they going to show back up?
Right.
And if you show back up, you're usually cool.
Yeah.
But if you don't.
So it's always funny to me that there's all like at the true test of a zero drop is not the dude that shows up that looks like they could physically perform on a bike or person that shows up.
Right.
It's the person that shows up that clearly isn't going to perform on a bike that you're like, So like there was a lovely woman that came and rode a Tuesday night ride with us once. I think you were there for this one. Maybe. Were you there for this? Where like the lady was like, I can only ride 5 miles before my hands get so like she had a condition where hands got so tired she couldn't ride past. Like she would like I have to turn around and go back.
No, but I know some dudes that try to use that excuse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just hold on tighter.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So this lady rode with us for a while, and then we were in the middle of a trail somewhere, and granted it's south, it's not a big thing, and that's one of our simplest local trail system for those outside of it. And she was like, my hands are so tired. I need to start going back. So I like rode her out. Like that's real zero drop. No, I didn't ride her out. I rode out with her. Let's be clear.
Oh, another PBR.
Yeah, exactly right. Here we go down the pipeline. That's why Saturday night, like weekend podcast, more dangerous than weeknight. So I rode with her. We got back out. I made sure it was okay. And then I caught up with everybody and kept going. But like those are those tough zero drops when you got to really do it. And so it's one of those ones where like I always kind of like I straddle the line. Yeah. I'm not an athlete by any means, but I try and always think back to like, it's that noob. It's
everybody
like,
knows that noob feeling.
Noob. Yeah.
And like Drew said, I'm an athlete for my whole life. Like my life was getting torn down to little or nothing emotionally, and then trying to pick yourself up from those ashes and,
That's right.
and prevailing. So I feel like I have to give, I can't, I don't want to be that guy. I would like to not be that guy, but it's still in there. It really is. It's hard. It's really hard. Like all of my friends that don't mountain bike in Ohio, they'll post on my fantasy football feed is full of like bikes with dildo seats.
Yeah,
like
right.
literally.
Yeah.
Like they just make fun of me so hard.
Right.
But they don't. I mean, and I don't care. I
No,
really
I'm the
don't.
same way. Like you can't.
They can
right?
make fun of me all they want, but until they try it, like once they feel that they're athletes too, and athletes when we're old and we need that adrenaline junkie,
Right.
that adrenaline rush. Like it used to come from a 300-yard drive and a chip within 5 yards. Now it's like I'm going hard down this hill, and then I get done, and everybody's like, "Damn, I can't believe you just did that." That's the adrenaline rush I want now.
No. Look, I totally get it. So there's a guy that rides with us, and I'm not gonna say who until I ever get his permission. There's a guy that rides with us that is a former, and it's not you when I say this. He's a former collegiate athlete, and the dude was a stud athlete, like stud scholarship paid, SEC schools. Like he is a rock star, and so that guy like killed it. And so one of the things about mountain biking for him is and he's older now, and it's a way for him to connect back to that athletic feeling. Because I think there's a weird drive inside of it. Whereas guys like me, like where he's trying to chase that feeling again, guys like me, and there may be others like me, but in my case, I'm trying to achieve moderate athletic success. That's all I'm after. Just moderate athletic. I'm happy at, I'm good.
You're happy at the race, dude. Dominating your first race.
Right. But that for me is like, I'm happy with that feeling. Like we talk about it a lot. It's the first ride feeling.
It's a heroin feeling.
Dude, that's the heroin for me. And I was in Hattiesburg not too long ago, and I've not ridden it, so I'm not going to make any judgments. But I did see that there was two sets of trails there. There's one called Pedal. Ironically, it's a town called Pedal. Mountain bike trails, they're all flat. I looked at the terrain. I was like,
P-E-T-A-L though, right?
Yeah, it's P-E-T-A-L. Yeah, Pedal. And I looked at it and was like, oh, it's very flat. There's not much terrain change. And then there's Toughberg, which is like the local trails for there. I did not ride them. I didn't have a chance to. I may on this spot. But like I still wanted to go, first time ride. It's still a first time ride.
You never know what's around that corner.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
You're like, ooh, a log to hop.
That's exactly, or slow us down like that other trail we have. Yeah. And that's some of that same thing is like when we cut a new trail, I cut a new trail for that first ride. And the suck part is the first ride's not that great.
No, because it's so slow.
It's so slow. You got to let it bed in.
But then after you do it again, you're like, it just doesn't hit the same way it did the first time.
Oh, yeah.
It never does.
And we talk about this a lot because I'm obsessed with it and I work in marketing. But I was thinking about this the other day. Like I was watching, I posted a couple of great videos. There's a couple of really great. Actually, there's a phenomenal video out right now by Shimano called, it's like Lightroom or Light something. And it's about a photographer just trying to get this one shot. And it is just gorgeous. The frame is amazing what he gets. But you can see that they went and found this and built the jump for the rider. And the first rider is like hesitant. I forget who it was. It's hesitant.
Not Dale Boyd.
And they do the jump. And then the second one,
Way better.
finally, but it's crazy. The jump they're doing is nuts. And there's like lighting rigs and all. So for me, it relates to my career stuff. But where I'm going with it is what you don't see is the raking. You don't see, you see them shoveling dirt.
Yeah.
But you don't see all the other labor going into it. And that's the one thing that like I always try and keep in my mind is like we're all chasing that vibe. But geez Louise, like the reality is none of us, very few people in the world, right? Very few get to experience it where it's like someone has built dirt for them to go ride.
You're right.
We have to do it ourselves. And I think it's kind of a fascinating thing of like whether it's on the Reb or anywhere else, it's the same sort of vibe. Like you got to go do the work.
Yeah,
right?
but those dudes, I think that those dudes actually pick up shovels because that's what they love. If you watch like the preview before Rampage, it's all those dudes building.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And it's great.
It's hilarious because they're all building stuff and they're all competing, but the competition is it's almost like what I've found that I loved about mountain biking is you can make it external competition if you want, but I see the majority of people it's an internal competition.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, you just have to have the balls to do that shit.
That's right.
Like
so whether it's sending something big or just beating your own time or just like pushing yourself, like If it's just a lap, it's like pushing that lap just to see. Because I remember like scaling, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, that's bullshit. 12-minute miles, and then I got to 11-minute miles, and I was like a 10-minute mile, and then I was like, I'm good with that. Like that was, I don't need to go any faster. Like I'm happy at a 10-minute mile, or sometimes 9, but like if I'm racing. But in reality, that's the internal stuff. I don't use Strava to tell me that stuff. I do. I mean, I do, but I don't look at other people's Stravas. Some people might, and that's cool too.
Yeah, I think it's awesome because it is a sport that it comes down to what you can handle mentally.
Right.
Right? Like,
and physically.
Well, yeah, physically what you can handle, get back up. But
right.
I'm saying, like when we were at Bug Cheetah, there's some stuff that I could probably like skill wise do.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the mindset to like, I can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like those jumps that they were jumping at the end, like I could do those jumps. I know I can because I've done stuff like that. But it's like, once you have that mental block, just stop.
Do you think though, like so I've found one of the greatest joys of mountain biking for me personally, and again, the link is here. So I'm going to post it in the show notes. So if you're on YouTube, I'll put it there. If you're on Spotify, I believe you can see it instantly. Apple, I'll try and do my best. If not, you need to go to these sources, which if you want to find us, it's all Ride the Rebellion. So if you just go look YouTube for Ride the Rebellion, all that stuff, you'll find us. But one of the things that I've found is that the mental challenge, the overcoming part of that is a very big portion of that helps me focus through a lot of other stuff. Like I ride mountain bike and I build trails because it takes my brain off of everything else in my life for that moment. Like when I'm building trails, I've stopped listening to music and I just let it be me and nature, right? It's very Emersonian. I'm a philosophy guy. Like I get it. But when I'm riding, I better sure as hell be paying attention. Like maybe not at South. We dig on South all the time, but still.
I just have to ride there.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But it's still about like, I'm trying to keep that focus where it needs to be. And so like, the question I have is like, do you find, and this is to the audience and you can call in on this link is what I was trying to say earlier. Do you find that like your mental state has benefited, like as a person, do you feel like you've benefited mentally outside of mountain biking by mountain biking? Does that make sense?
I think because of mountain biking, I've benefited because I've gone from I'm a runner now because of mountain biking,
right?
And so like I feel like when you overcome something you don't think you can do,
right?
It just gives you that strength to be like I can do anything. There's so I run early in the morning a lot because I say that if I could overcome that run early in the morning, everything else the rest of the day is easy.
But from an so context, and we've said a lot, but Dale, athlete, like professional or almost professional.
Yeah, I was for 10 years.
Right, there you go.
No, I told everyone. I managed a gym and I would play basketball and volleyball. I told them I'm
gym
getting paid to
athlete.
play sports.
Right.
No one thought it was funny.
But I mean, you are in a position to have like you got paid because you got a scholarship, so that's paid.
Ish. Just paid one of them off at loans.
Congratulations.
That was awesome.
Is the mindset, because I don't understand that. So mine is, I'm creatively driven, a little bit different on
and I'm just
technical.
learning the creative stuff.
Right.
I'm kind of growing. You're
but
learning.
Is the mindset for you is the mindset the same for when you went to go play basketball and you were like, I'm talking about competitively.
Okay.
Is the mindset the same for basketball as it is for mountain biking, or is there something different between the two?
The problem is I've had to disconnect it because when I first started.
That's fascinating.
When I first started for the first year and a half or 2 years, I was so driven on competition. Like I had to be the best. I had to be better than the next person, whether they were just my friend or whether it was somebody I didn't know. I had to be better than every single person that's got on a bike.
Right.
Locally, of course, not that good. But I thought, if I'm better than everyone, that's how I gain respect. And that's how I gain respect in the basketball world or any sport that I ever played was when you step on, I always lived with this mentality and I coached for a lot of years. I told them the same thing. When I step on a basketball court, I'm literally the best basketball player in the gym.
Right.
And my players and my friends would always be like, well, you don't know that. That person could be better. Well, they have to prove to me that they're better.
Right.
So when I was like in that space, my ego was so big. But you have to, or you're just going to get trampled.
Right.
And I feel like it translates even to mountain biking. You have to have that mindset that you can dominate that log or that downhill or that rock section. You can dominate anything that's in front of you. And when you overcome it, the feeling is so much bigger and better. And then now you're the best in your space, right? There's no one around you that's better. And once you feel that, then you can take it to running. That's what happened. Like
Right.
I started conquering mountain biking as a new sport, and I thought that was awesome that I could do that. Like, oh, maybe I can run. I'm 38 years old. Let's start running.
Right.
Here we go. Then I run a half marathon and they call my name for a medal. And I was surprised
Right.
about that because I'm, again, competitive. So I make a joke out of it when I don't feel like I'm going to win. So at the half marathon, I'm like, let's just get drunk. Funny.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, here are the awards. Oh, Dale Boyd wins second place. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
Even some lady made a comment like, oh, you guys aren't just drunk idiots. You're good runners.
Right.
Like, no, that's what I do, though. I try to disconnect it. And it was really, 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 really hard for me for a long time to disconnect that competition of anybody that gets behind me on a bike. If I'm leading a group ride, I'm going to see how far they're willing to push themselves before they'll stop.
Right.
And a lot of times it wasn't as far as I was willing to push myself.
Right.
And so once I got rid of that mindset and said, I'm just going to ride my bike for fun, and it became more fun, I got a lot more friends in the process.
So do you also look at it as like what you said something really fascinating that I'm literally going to steal and apply as a non-athletic rider. I mean, I'm athletic, but you know what I mean, is like finding that goal and chasing that goal is like, okay, so I'm going to be the best version of myself hitting the bug rug or whatever it might be. And I'm going to hit that and I'm going to crush it and I'm going to nail it. Right. Is that something like, you know, obviously you don't get that when you're on the Virgin ride. That first ride, you don't get it. But that second ride, you can because you know what's coming and whatever.
Right.
And so I think that's a fascinating idea to say I'm going to be the best in the moment at this and forget. I mean, I like Strava too, but forget Strava. Set all that shit aside and be like the competition I'm going to have is me versus me. It's like the ghost race.
That's right. And I think that once you realize it's only you versus you,
right?
Then the sky's the limit because what you do, and this is how I approach things. Like he said, you don't know the first time you do it.
Right.
That's your bar.
Right.
Next time you do it, make the bar higher.
Yeah.
Next time you do it, set the bar higher. Next time you do it, set the bar even higher.
Right.
And don't approach just mountain biking with it. Approach everything with it.
Right.
And I don't understand why people don't. They sell themselves short. I get so tired of people like, I can't do that. Have you tried?
Right.
I can't do that. Well, why? Well,
Right.
because my seat's too high. Put your seat down.
Right.
Like figure out a way to do it. You know, like it's so much easier to make an excuse than try to do something.
Yeah.
And I mean, I make excuses all the time why I shouldn't do things. I'm not perfect. But in the real world, like you have to accomplish things, and the only way you're going to accomplish them if you try.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? You're going to wreck. And what are you going to do? You got to get back up. When you
Right.
get back up, what can happen next? Next thing you know, you're just doing a turn down off of something that you couldn't go over the first time, right?
Yep.
And now that turn down is the best thing you'll ever do.
That's right. I'm with you.
And it's cool.
Right.
But if you just apply that to whatever you did, say you got fired from your dream job.
Right.
So get your ass back up and go find a different dream job.
Right.
And turn down on that.
Yeah. Make a new dream and turn down on it.
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
This is coming from a stay-at-home dad, don't have a job. So take it for what it's worth.
But maybe that's your dream job.
Well, no, I think it's so annoying how like passionate I am for even the podcast. Like I call Drew and I'm like a child. Like he's like answers the phone. Sometimes he just ignores my calls because he doesn't want to sit up there for a half hour and listen to me
That's
ramble.
not true. I'm at work doing shit.
He's like, God, if I answer this, Dale's just going to talk for 15 minutes about all the fantastic ideas that he has that he thinks are fantastic. And that's what happens.
That's totally what happened. I'm sorry. I'm getting more whiskey as we go through.
I'm trying to
Your
get-
beer's behind you. Just reach for it. So, speaking of that, just a midpoint shout out to our sponsors. So, we did this podcast kind of impromptu because we both have crazy schedules. I'm drinking a very delicious Stellum Rye, which if you guys are bourbon drinkers, this is fantastic. I'm not going to tell you where I got it from because it's a secret I'm not willing to share. But I'm drinking out of my coffee cup. And what's crazy about this is quite literally the last coffee that was in here was Lucky Shot. So I'm getting
beautiful.
like these amazing coffee notes with my whiskey. And it is fantastic. We'll see how it does with the Stellum. The previous one was a French oak cask. Anyway, snotty and nerdy crap that only I care about. But I'm getting these great coffee notes, and it reminds me to just say that like one of our premier sponsors is Lucky Shot Coffee. If you have not tried them yet, you can go to luckyshotcoffee.com. And I promise to you, their coffee is fantastic. I have found a little hack here. that I have like the coffee scoop and all that. So what I do is if I'm making a cup or a pot for myself, let's be honest, not 12 cups, but what I do is I do 5 scoops. I grind it. I used to. Now I do 6 because it's like 5 gives me a good coffee. 6 gives me the Lucky Shot coffee.
That's
like
right.
It's the luck, right? That 6th one is just the flavor that just takes me over the edge. So, I that's not the ratio they recommend, but that's the ratio I recommend.
That's the one that says where the gold at.
Where the gold at? That's exactly. That needs to be a coffee they should already roll out.
Oh man, she should do that.
Oh my God, I'd take a blend of that right now. Like it could be Irish cream. Oh,
man.
jams. Anyway, if you have a chance, check out one of our sponsors, Lucky Shot Coffee. A lot of you have tried it. A lot of you have said stuff. I know it sounds crazy, but if you can at least check it out, that makes a huge difference for us, right?
Absolutely.
So
and for Shannon, she loves it.
Yeah, it's great. And it appreciates. And Shannon happens to be part of, or her husband is part of our group and is a rider. So you're really supporting someone's addiction to mountain biking.
And hers too. She's a mountain biker.
Oh, she is?
Oh, hell yeah.
I did not know that.
She's a sweet potato all-star too.
Oh, look at her. There we go.
She's way cooler because she didn't get the Tater Hater shirt like my wife and Trey's wife did.
That's hilarious.
Tater Haters.
My wife doesn't even care.
Hey.
So at least your wife cares enough to get a shirt. Mine's just like, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You have another podcast, another one.
How many of these?
I'm just gonna drink these Trulies till I'm passed out.
Oh man, I feel like Al Bundy.
Shout out to the passed out Truly wife.
Yeah, my wife just has her Tater Hater shirt on every second of every day.
Yeah.
Hey, she said, I listened to like half your guys' podcast last time.
Oh my God. All right, Casey, if you've made it this far, it's past the halfway point.
Booyah!
Booyah!
Nah, I was proud of her because
That's pretty good.
that was good.
That's pretty good. I used to have a live stream show and my wife would watch it and she would comment because I would start talking trash and it would, and she would
That makes
comment.
it better.
And I would be like, oh, like literally I'd be talking trash about her and she'd comment. I'd be like, I am straight busted right now.
Do the dishes.
Yeah, it was, she would be like, I didn't say that. I was like, cause I embellished. I was being funny or whatever. And I just totally, yeah. So there's that. That was just a general conversation.
Right. That was literally us just talking.
This is a flow, right? It's zero drop, but it's a flow podcast.
We
just
need
flow.
a live feed.
Oh, we're going to do one. Don't
That's
worry.
for sure.
It's going to be a little dangerous. We'll probably get
gonna be
hammered
awesome.
and get kicked. I've been, if you get too drunk on YouTube live, they I don't know how they figure it out, but they kick you off.
Let's try. There's only one way to find
It's
out.
really bad. There's only one way to find out. If we put a Friday Night Lights on YouTube, we would
man.
be canceled.
Yeah.
Not because we're assholes, but just because it's a safe space. You can say
I'm
absolutely
willing
anything.
to fall down 3 times and get up 4.
Jesus. Here was my topic for today, and I think it's kind of interesting. You brought it up. So it's running for you. I go to the gym. I do a very specific workout, not to build mass, but for certain reasons on certain things. I know that Trey, shout out to Trey. Trey gave me some great advice about shifting my workout around. I know that prior to his injury, the Todd also did some working out. And
But we can't listen to the Todd.
no, but the Todd was very upset. He literally was in my car, his eyes full of water because he was.
No.
I'm air quoting, sweaty.
Hey, no,
No, he
shame,
was in-
Todd. He's in pain.
I love the dude. But he was like, I should have worked out more. That's what
He
he
shoulda
told me.
worked out
So
more.
here's my thing. Fitness, mountain bike fitness. Like I
Because people
think,
know. People want to know.
I, honest to God, I can tell you that my riding personally, my riding improved by going to a gym, and my riding improved not on crazy shit about sending it. I'm talking about, man, I destroy some turns and stuff. Like I have so much more confidence. My body is much more one with the bike, and because I crash a lot, because I'm an idiot. I do find my recovery time's better, minus my knee. I have one bum knee, but my recovery time's better and I roll off better. And I do feel like I'm much stronger. I have much more control over my bike. So my question is, again, my topic is, I wanted to talk about mountain bike fitness.
Do you want me to tell you why that is?
Yeah, go
you're
for
better?
it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Personal trainer.
I
Train.
was a personal trainer for 10 years. I did not train myself very well. I got super fat. But I
This is
listened.
expensive. You can't say shit like that.
He almost
when I
spit
taste
out his
it.
expensive
This
whiskey.
is expensive whiskey. It was given to me by Hot Rod. Hot Rod is like a legend, so you can't do
Wow,
that.
we about hot rodded the living room. So I was a personal trainer. I managed a gym. I was around fitness a lot for a long time. The reason why that your mountain biking handling skills have gotten better is because your core strength is getting better.
Oh, there you go.
When your core strength gets better, you can handle the bike better. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Like
Right.
sit-ups, push-ups, body weight stuff. You don't have to go to the gym. You can just do it. And that's maybe why I'm a better mountain biker with the skill set, is because my core, I can recover easier when I make mistakes on the bike.
It's a huge difference. And I'm not talking about, a lot of times, like I've had this conversation with other people and the conversation was, oh, you're just talking about big sins. Bullshit. Like I can tell you right now, when the day opens up, or if you're a reb rider or if you're a downhill rider and you've had some experience with it, downhill is way harder than it looks, right?
No, you're out of breath and you don't even pedal.
Right. It's
Right.
brutal because it's all core tightening and you're constantly, there's an agility element to that is not talked about enough. And one of the things that I found was when I shifted my weightlifting, and I'm talking about doing some of that, it's a lot of core and I do weights. Some of it is like deadlifts. My God, man, when I brought deadlifts back, I could feel myself center on the bike way better than I ever have. And I do think it's important. And I think it's something that's not talked about enough.
No, and the thing about deadlifting is every single dude wants to bench press, right?
Right.
And I was that guy. I was 265 pounds. I just lifted weights every day.
Right.
And so I always told everyone that come in the gym, they're like, I want to bench 300 pounds. I'm like, deadlift 500.
Right.
They're like, well, why would I deadlift? That's not bench press. Deadlift is your whole body strength.
Right.
It goes from your legs to your back to everything. And so everybody forgets their back. Your back is should be the strongest part of your body. So for every push exercise you should have 2 pull exercises. So everyone forgets that. And then they tend to, you'll see guys with their shoulders are rolled in because they don't ever do any back, but they got huge chests. Like,
Right.
cool. Like no girl's ever been like, hey, what do you bench?
Right.
Because no one cares.
Right. Only
Like,
dudes care.
only dudes care.
But if you're into that, that's fine.
Right. And
I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day,
the funny thing is, though, I lifted forever, and I'd always say, like, lift for an hour and a half every day, and I'd be like, or 2 hours, and I'd be like, damn, like, I'm so sore, you know?
No
Like,
joke.
And I'd say, like, my joints always hurt, I always ached, and I'd always tell one of my buddies, Andy, shout out Andy, I'd always tell Andy, I'd be like, damn, wonder what fat people feel like that don't do anything.
Right.
And he would always say, they feel good.
Yeah.
And now that I don't lift and I just do cardio and I do some sit-ups, some push-ups, I do a little bit, I dabble in the fat guy yoga videos on YouTube.
Yoga, that's brilliant.
That's what I Google, seriously. But that's, my joints feel better. It's amazing how much better I feel. But when I look back at pictures, like I was never a shredded dude,
Right.
but I was a big guy. Like I was the Todd size, like
Yep.
big like that.
Yep.
And I look back and my body structure is so different at the same weight. It's amazing. But then, you know, like I feel my legs are a lot bigger. My legs are stronger, but that's from running and biking, of course.
Right.
But it's just crazy how it's just changed. But I still have man boobs and love handles. They just won't go away.
I mean, that's part of it. That's part of age, though. Like, so my biggest thing is with fitness in regards to MTB. Like, so when you're talking about mountain bike fitness, the thing that I want to, like, I see a lot of young, lean people riding bikes. That's what marketing shows us. And those are athletes. They're premier. They're being paid to work out multiple times, to have a nutritionist and do all these things. The reality is that may not fit you. The better part is, how do you physically freaking feel? Because if you feel good after exercise, then you're going to apply that feel good to your ride, and then your rides get better, stronger, faster, and it's more fun. So the biggest takeaway that like I've seen lately is I've been doing like a lot of core work. I do deadlifts. I broke my stuff up. So riding does not count as exercise for me anymore because I love riding too much. Riding is a pleasure. It is a full pleasure. Do I benefit from it? Absolutely. Do I get cardio from it? Absolutely. I'm not talking about special races like Skyway and stuff.
No.
Like,
I always say this: mountain biking is a way to trick fuck your body into exercise.
That's right.
It
Spot
really
on.
is.
It's 100%. And so what I do, like what I've started realizing is like by adding some weight stuff in, it's made my riding more fun. So like I do weights because I am addicted to the fun of the ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like that virgin chase that we're after, that virgin ride, that first ride, that newness, I am addicted to that chase. And I want to be able to handle as fast as I feel comfortable. Like I want to have that agility to be like, oh yeah, I can handle it like without freaking out. And some of that's bike skill, but I think a lot of that has to do with your core. ideally.
It really
and
is
being where
core
you're at.
strength,
Right.
man. It's
That's right.
core strength. It's core strength. It's core strength. And core strength. I always told everybody this: you're not doing those sit-ups for now. You're not doing those sit-ups for a 6-pack because you're probably not going to have it.
Six.
If you're-
What they're made in the kitchen, and that the whole
your
joke. It's
mom
all
and dad
diet.
have it.
Right.
No. Did your mom have a 6-pack?
Right.
Probably not. Did your dad? No. Well, then you're probably not going to have one.
Right. That's right.
So the 6-pack isn't for anything. You're doing those sit-ups so that when you're 85, when you slip on ice, you can catch your body.
right.
It's the core strength is going to keep you young.
Right.
All the way through. And my core strength translated to like I could snowboard because I had good core strength. I could skateboard because I had good core strength. I could do everything because your core translates. Like I was just in sports, that was like beat into me. Like get your core strong because that's your base. That's how no one could push you around when you have a good strong core.
That's right.
And it does when you're on the bike, you're literally crunching your abs the whole time.
Right.
So why would you not? Like if you just ride your bike twice a week and you want to go out with us on a group ride and then you're like mad because you can't keep up or you make fun of yourself, I'll be the guy in the back or whatever. It's like you can get better.
Right.
Like you don't have to be the guy in the back.
Right.
And no shame if you are.
Right.
I mean, there's plenty of people that want to be in the back and that's fine. That's cool with it. I like spiders, so I'll be in the front.
Thank God, because we're about to hit spider season,
spider
and it's
season.
going to be nasty.
I always say I don't mind spiders as much as I mind being behind someone.
That's
I would much rather take a spider to the eye than ride up a hill behind
have
somebody.
at it. I will gladly be like, Dale is the fastest guy I've ever met, as long as I don't have to deal with spiders.
Just so my ego's like, yeah, he said I'm fast.
There's a local bike shop owner, shout out to Phil, that like freaks out, like dangerously freaks
Yeah,
out.
he almost wrecked me when he was in front of me.
I'm telling you, it's dangerous.
Him and I actually used to, back on the old days in the group ride, I'd always like just look at him. He'd be like, yeah, go ahead. Like it wasn't like he knew that I didn't like being behind people on some of the climbs there.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, take the spider.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, shout out to David Wilson. I watched that dude literally pull a banana spider. They're not. They're golden orb weavers, technically.
Banana spiders.
We call them banana spider. But I watched him. He just like pulls it off his helmet and carefully sets it on the ground. Me, I would have used a tree to kill it with my head. I would have gone straight in and been like, yeah, I had to buy another $200 helmet because banana spider on it. And my wife would actually be like, that's okay.
Yeah,
she'd be okay with that.
David's like must be the animal whisperer because he picked up a snake for my wife and kids when we were doing trail work one day.
Oh yeah, he has no.
He
shame.
was like, "Here, just pet it," and I was like, "Hell no!" My kids are like, "Let me." And I'm like, "Dude, get that thing away from me."
True story. I got to film. I worked with a guy who is considered one of the greatest, or in the U.S., one of the most prolifically smart, whatever, southeast Diamondback snake guys. Like he's a scientist, whatever that would be. I don't know what that is. Anyway, he studies
Turtle
snakes.
Man?
Not a turtle man. And so he took the camera and we swung it in towards us southeastern. It struck it, and it struck the mat box, which is where it holds the filter and all the stuff. And it left venom all over it. And he took his finger and he was like, "Let me show you something. This is what's crazy about snake venom." And he took his finger and he wiped it and he ate it. He was like, "So snake venom has to enter your bloodstream to do it." He's like, "Go ahead, you can try some." And my finger went towards it, and I stopped. Only because I have acid reflux, which means I have open sores somewhere inside my body. I literally would have like ingested snake poison and killed myself because I just wanted to try snake poison. Just one of those things. So shout out to David Wilson, who apparently just picks them up. Like, good for him.
I can't do that.
Nah, I don't have any skills. You can have the spiders. Did you see the new spiders? They're coming from Georgia.
I'll take them.
No.
They ain't gonna mess with me.
Hell no. No.
Hey,
They're like twice the size of golden orbs.
we were worried about killer bees from
Wasp.
whatever.
Murder
they were.
hornets.
Murder hornets. I'm good. Whatever the media wants to throw at me, let's go.
Look, the hornets don't bother me.
Putin, get on the trail. I'll run you over too. I'm not worried about it.
Shout out to asshole Putin.
Red Dawn.
Red Dawn Putin. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's something that I was thinking about earlier, having done some trail
Go
work.
ahead. Go
The other
ahead,
thing that
finish
I
your
wanted
thought.
to talk about, though, in terms of this, that's often missed. One thing about trail work, the majority of trail work is core building exercises. So literally, like by doing trail work, you're literally helping yourself get your core more enhanced for the trails you want to ride down the road.
Yeah, the thought that I was going to interject there right before you did the trail work thing, because trail work, it does more than just help everyone else.
Right.
I always hear this, and all new beginners are always like, "How can I get better on the bike? What can I do to be better? Like, what bike parts can I buy? Bike parts can I buy?"
I thought you
to
said
be-
bike parks. I was like, good God, man.
You're
send
buying
it.
a bike park? Let's
Yeah,
go.
go ahead.
You'll be really good.
What are you? Is your name Joey?
I'll come help you. No. What bike parts can I buy to make my bike better, to keep up with you guys? And I always say this, and I was told the same thing. It's all about seat time. Just go ride your bike, whether it's with somebody, whether it's on the road, whether it's in your neighborhood, whether it's with your kids. Just ride your bike. The more comfortable you are riding your bike, the better you'll be.
Just don't ride in traffic.
Yeah, traffic's like spiders.
Yeah.
Just dodge it.
So it's kind of funny because one thing that I think people forget, once you go down the path far enough and you start looking at pro riders and all this stuff, they're all road bikers. In addition,
I try to like ignore that.
I know, but it's because they're riding,
I know.
right? And it's endurance for them. And even downhill guys are riding road because it's all about endurance for them.
I know. Even supercross guys ride road bikes.
That's exactly right.
Because it's about the feeling, and it's the arm pump, and they want that like constant like handlebar in their hand.
Oh yeah.
How does it feel? Where am I going to go? And now I'm at that point where I do my fitness so that if I'm on the bike longer, I'm going to see more. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
I'm going to get to see things that I made a post the other day and it got clowned on naturally. That's what I would expect from my friends. But I made a post that said, you don't see these things while you're sitting on the couch.
That's right.
Because you get out, and I've seen things in Mobile that people that are from Mobile have never seen.
That's right.
And of course they commented and said, yeah, I'm seeing this on my couch right now. You just posted the picture.
Right.
Like, so of course that's natural.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that. So being the art nerd than I am, there's an essayist. Her name is Susan Sontag. And one of the, I'm just going to paraphrase the hell out of it. One of the things like to take a picture is to limit someone's view, right? Because they didn't have the sights, sounds, and smells that you had, the physical energy it took to get there. They don't have an actual experience. They have a photo. So in the world today of so much media and all this content, I think the best thing about riding is that I get to experience something that nobody else, no photo can give it real justice, right?
And
at the end of the day.
That is the most amazing comment or quote, because I've gone to certain things and I used to take pictures and videos like of fireworks. So I've taken pictures and videos of like everything I'd go do.
Right.
Because I thought it was awesome.
Right.
And then I realized I never look at those pictures.
Right.
I spend more time fiddling with my phone and not experiencing
it. That's
the
right.
thing that I'm doing.
That's
So
right.
now I do the pictures when I'm biking because I'm doing it for the gram.
Yeah,
Naturally.
I get it.
Like
I totally get it.
I need the content.
Yeah.
So
does the rebellion. All in.
The pictures and videos are part of my job.
Yeah, right.
Like loosely.
Right.
So now it's like, but when I go to things that I want to do with my family and things like that, like I'm stopped. I'm
Yeah.
not taking pictures and
Same
videos
here.
all the time. I don't need to video you the beach that I'm at.
Right.
Like,
I
first
even
of all,
stopped.
you
I
don't
stopped
care.
filming my kids like performances. So like my kids might have like a little play or something. Instead of like looking at them perform through my phone, I put my phone down and I just watch it because that memory is worth way more. That experience is worth to me way more. It's the same way about mountain biking. Therefore, to tie this all up nicely, I want to be in the best physical shape I can to enjoy that experience.
Right.
And I say everybody's individual experience is different. Just feel good.
just feel good.
That's it. Just feel good,
Come
and you'll
hang
have
out
a
with
great
us.
time.
We'll make you feel good.
That's right.
Or the
That's right.
PBR will afterwards.
Yeah. Either way,
Hey,
my way overpriced
the
whiskey.
greatest thing about being able to ride your bike is we could put a GoPro on you so that you can do both at the same time.
That's exactly.
You
right.
can feel good and it's filming.
There you go. That's how you get to it. All right. So that's the topic for the week. I just wanted to go over that. I thought it was interesting. I thought about it today. I was cutting trails today with old Jakey Poo, who still to this day has the best mountain biking story. Some of the best mountain biking stories I've ever heard.
He won't even listen to us.
And he won't listen to us. He won't even get on the
He's
on the
scared.
show. Like, I don't know what his deal is. It's stupid. Your hair is getting crazy long.
I'm a Viking.
Dale's about to get a man bun, folks.
I'm a Viking.
Dale's about. All right. So last week we had a contest, and that contest was for Dale Boyd to name
Oh yeah.
the following stuff. So this is the
He pulled
Star.
the Post-it note out just for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, I did.
The
I pulled
Post-it notes
the
out
actual
from
note.
last week.
The Dale Boyd Star Wars or Star Trek series. The first one was "Where's Ahsoka from?" and he said Star Trek. That's wrong. It's Star Wars. In fact, there's a character of her right there. Literally, that's her. It even says her name, Ahsoka Tano. Right
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Yeah, I have her stuck to my wall just for him to see. I brought up Riker. He said that was the planet where the Ewoks are from. No, I'm a nerd. That's Endor. Riker is the lieutenant commander. He's the second in command of the Starship Enterprise, which is Star Trek.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was way off.
And then I said Romulans, and he said, "Oh, those are 100% Star Wars." No, those are 100% Star Trek. They're like the greatest villains of Star Trek, next to Klingons in the world of that. And I've given him stuff that maybe he'll remember. So
Maybe.
we had
Maybe my basketball and sports fans will bring me back into the fold now that they know I
well,
don't know
you could
that.
flip it and do sports my way, and I'll just be a complete catastrophe.
It won't be fair.
Is a complete catastrophe.
But
I
I think it's
only
funnier
know
for
that the greatest college football team of all time, happens to be Alabama.
That's a terrible decision.
Well, you got to deal with it. Go eat
see, the
some
problem with
Buckeyes.
sports is though it's all subject unless you're doing just statistics.
That's true.
So the funnier part about Star Trek, Star Wars is it more relatable to our listeners.
Well,
I
by
would
the way, your
imagine.
kids
They laughed
knew
in the corner.
exactly
They
who
know.
all of them were.
We got in the
They knew
car.
every single one, and I was like, don't look at them because
I
they were
know.
like, they were both laughing. I mean, it was absolutely golden how their faces
We get in
were.
the car, my kids are like, "Dad, you don't even watch TV, do you?
Yeah, it was like you botched them all. It was
You're
brilliant.
grounded."
Now you can maybe do Viking stuff, and I'll fail all of those.
I don't know what my obsession is. Like it went from World War II to like every documentary. It was like I was like just ingesting all these World War II docs. Now I'm on Vikings, and my hair's in a ponytail. I make my wife call me.
It's not quite a man bun.
No, I make my wife call me Lord. No.
Oh dear God! All right, so we had a couple of winners, or not winners. We had a couple of entrants into the contest, right?
Yeah, we had a few. It was
We had a few.
pretty way better than the last time.
Oh, it's fantastic. So you cannot see them. Can you see them? You can
Cannot.
see the names, but you cannot see the number. So what I've done is I've assigned a number, a random number.
Okay.
It's 1 through 4. But I've assigned a random number 1 through 4 to the names. We have 4 contestants.
Okay.
And all you have to do is pick a number. And whatever number you pick, which you can't see, he can't see it. The numbers are very small. I swear to you guys.
I can't see.
I'll put the whiskey bottle over it. Listen to this sound. That's the whiskey bottle over it. Whatever number he picks is the number who wins. And they win a something from Clean Eats. I don't know what it is yet. You will get done. You will get covered. That is for this area. I can only give it to this area. But that is a local prize. And you get something delicious and healthy and nutritious. Clean Eats is one of our sponsors. Grateful to have Clean Eats on board. And you get you get a
Custom T-shirt.
custom t-shirt of some capacity.
Yeah.
And we don't know what it is.
It's coming from Vikings.net.
Oh, dear God. You're getting a Viking shirt. I'm so sorry.
All right, no.
All right. So
number
1 through 4.
Number 4.
Number 4, Josh W.
Josh
on
Wiggins.
YouTube. I believe it's Josh Wiggins.
That's right.
Josh W. on YouTube. You have now won the Clean Eats / Sweet Potato Mountain Bike Crew Dale Boyd t-shirt / Rebellion ampersand whatever.
Slash.
All the
you
stuff.
know what Star Wars and Star Trek is. Congratulations.
You get all the stuff. I mean, they could have Googled it. You get all the stuff award.
I Googled it and I still
congratulations.
couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. Congratulations. You have won a prize. If you will send us a private message, you can do it through Facebook. You can do it through YouTube. You can do it through Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
yes.
all at Ride the Rebellion.
That's right.
So if you send that message, we will get those to you, whether it's on a trailhead or we have to mail it. I even have a stamp.
A stamp.
I don't think a
I
shirt
don't think
will
a
fit in
shirt
stamp.
fits in a stamp.
Either way, we'll figure it out. We will get it to you.
No,
one way or another.
he rides on Tuesday nights at the Tuesday night ride,
All right, there you go.
so I can get it to him.
All right, congratulations. Josh, we believe Wiggins.
It is Wiggins.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
It's Josh W on YouTube.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey,
we're going
keep
with Josh
keep
W.
following, keep listening.
Yeah.
Hey, FNL season's coming.
Yeah, FNL season's about to come back. I think we're going to change FNL, though. I think we need to have a conversation. So, again,
Let's
there's
just go to the bar and not ride.
Yeah, that's exactly
I'm
right.
100 million
So
percent.
there's a link in on the YouTube page. You have to go to YouTube to find it. There's a link in Spotify. You can actually I can't post it in Apple. So if you're listening on Apple, go to our YouTube page. If you type in Ride the Rebellion, just all one phrase, you'll find us. But would you like to come hang out and do FNL. FNL stands for Friday Night Lights. It is a get-together of like-minded individuals to talk a lot of trash, laugh our faces off, and enjoy it. So a couple of things that have happened. In the past, we've had FNL at a location we're not going to disclose.
No, because it's secret.
Yeah, that's true. But we're going to open it up. If you're listening to this podcast, you're going to be allowed to come. So we're going to find a location, and we're going to make that happen. It may not be every Friday, but it will be open some Fridays. And so we'll announce it, and you've got to follow us to find out where it's going to be. You come hang out.
There's only a few rules of Friday Night Lights.
That is true.
What happens under the lights stays under the lights.
That is correct.
And what stays under the lights happens under the lights.
That is exactly right. Like, you are allowed to be you unrestricted.
Yeah,
that's
and
the rules.
you don't talk about it afterwards.
And you don't talk about it afterwards. Aside
Till
from
the
this
next
conversation.
Friday night.
Yeah.
When you make fun of whatever happened the
Or
Friday night before.
weirdly a sticker gets made. But that's a separate story. So we're going to have that set up. So if you will go subscribe, and you will find that. You will find the information. We will start FNL season. You should come hang out. It's a lot of fun. You can bring your spouse. You can bring anybody to these public FNL events. Once you're cool enough,
Like
I'm being honest.
ice cold.
You got to be iced. That's right. You got to get iced. Smirnoff.
Oh, man.
Once you're in that fold, then what happens is we have a wide open event, which is like just come hang out. But you are allowed to bring your spouse, your partner, your significant other, whatever it may be. Come hang out with us. Have a good time. Yes, we're going to talk about mountain bikes, but here's the key. If we all bring our spouses that don't ride, then they can all hang out.
That's right. And we can hang
Which
out
means
longer.
we can all hang out longer. Dale's got it. You see the science, folks?
It's all science.
It's all science.
And yeah. The thing about it is
And I think we're eventually going to have exclusive FNL stickers. And that's going to be a badge of honor.
we
Because
have
if you're in that,
so many logos and stickers.
yeah, it's crazy.
Amazing.
It's crazy.
Somebody's like, "Can I buy a shirt?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
That narrows it down to
Are
500.
we selling the, if you guys haven't seen it, are we selling those?
We can.
All right.
Gabe hasn't got
If you
his
have
yet.
not seen the Ride the Rebellion jerseys, you're completely missing out.
All the jerseys, yes.
The jerseys that we have are and this is a shameless pedal plug. It is 100% that.
It's our podcast. We can pedal
Yeah,
all
it's
of our
exactly
shit.
right. If you have not seen one, you have to absolutely go check the Facebook. In fact, we'll make sure that it gets posted again. Maybe with an order form. I'll let Dale make that call.
Check out
you
the
guys
sexy model in the pictures.
Yeah, that's right.
That's me.
The jerseys are absolutely fantastic. They're awesome. I will tell you, I rode. I would consider them better summer jerseys than anything else. I rode Monday of this past week, and it was hot as balls. And I rode in it, and it was so comfortable. I got no chafing, no chafing of the nips. I had an absolutely great ride. I had my phone in there's like a pocket on the side. I slid my phone in. It was great. If you have a chance, you should check them out. And you're supporting this podcast, basically. Like the money from that will definitely go to feeding Dale Boyd.
And I need fed.
And he needs fed. So if you even
Hey, our money is all going back into the podcast.
Well, that's
I
what it
mean,
does.
so far, Drew's the only one spitting out all the money.
I'm putting up
but
all the money. But if you buy a shirt, then
I'm
you're
just the talent.
Then you're just giving Dale money.
Somebody asked today.
Somehow I still lose.
Somebody asked today. Somebody asked today. They're like, "Can I Skype in?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I'm just the talent. That's Drew's there. Yeah, you gotta talk to Drew."
Skype in.
We need to. We need the phone thing. Let's go ahead and drop that.
That's what I've been talking about. That's the link.
They
They can post messages in the link. That's what I'm saying.
phone call link.
Yeah. They can leave an audio message on the link.
Really?
Have I not said that at all?
No, you didn't.
Maybe I'm not. I'm sorry.
Explain it better. I'm either
So
drunk.
you
or,
click the link, and
Okay.
then it lets you upload a voice message, and we can play it on the air.
Oh my god!
If you drop a bunch of cuss words, we'll still play it on the air.
That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody, please just leave some voice.
If
messages.
you leave racist shit, though, I'm going to come find you.
Yeah,
That's straight
Todd.
fact. Jesus. Don't even do that. He's right now. Like, we made it all the way through without pulling him down. And the poor Todd.
the Todd.
The Todd
I
is
hope
done.
this podcast goes longer because it's Saturday night. We do what we want.
We should have live streamed it.
The night
With
is
a
young.
shitty webcam.
The night is young.
I can't.
That pixelates
The pixelates.
every time I move
Yeah.
over here.
When Dale moves. All right, so if you have a chance, check the link. Do that. You can find it on Spotify. You can find the link to leave like voicemail, if you will. You can also find the link on YouTube. Can't do it in Apple, so you got to go to one of the two. That's the reality situation.
Can I post it on Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah. I'll give
we'll
it to
put it
you.
all up
Yeah, it'll be all over there for you guys to listen to it. No contest this week because we've had two major ones. That's a pretty big one. No contest directly this week. But congratulations again to Josh W. Randomly chosen. We had a number 1 through 4. This is real stuff. There's a shirt involved. You got some stuff. You got some things. I actually have for next contest a set of Crank Bros pedals that I won, but I'm gonna give them away.
That's awesome.
These are straight up. These are legit.
This gives everybody
$90
time.
pedals. 90. Did you say?
They're,
Are they
it
about
gives
90?
everybody time to leave.
They're about
awesome
$25.
Voice
I'm
message.
just kidding. They're about 90. Yeah, we're not gonna make a contest yet.
If you guys start giving us alcohol, the contest will get
Apparently,
more and more
the contests
juicy.
are getting great. I'm about to give away all kinds of shit. I've been sitting on these pedals for a while.
I got a whole bike we're gonna give away
Dale's giving away a brand new Meta Common Solve
for
Meta
6 PBRs.
for 6 people. You can get it. Yeah.
Joking,
And all you have to do is tell me if Captain Phasma is a Star Wars or Star Trek character, and you can win Dale's bike. No, Liz, no, don't do it. No, I'm not.
My wife,
officially saying that.
ironically, my wife just got me 6 PBRs, so deal's off.
We're out. That's the end of this. We've got to stop it now. It's going
Deal's
to go
off.
south. It's going
Deal's off.
south. Right now, Casey's freaking out. My
No,
wife is
she's
mad.
happy. She's like, "Oh, you're getting rid of your bikes for beer? Fine, done."
I know, but you just gave away, like, that bike is pretty priceless.
Yeah.
It has axis shifting. Let's talk about the prize you're about to win.
Okay.
Let's not.
No, let's not. Let's not.
All right, that's the end of it. We're cutting off the show.
I don't want somebody breaking my living room.
Oh, boy.
I sleep beside it naked. So there you.
Okay. Well, if you're okay with that.
If you like snakes, come on down.
Oh, my God. Well, there had to be one. That's the end of this podcast.
That's it.
I'm Drew Hall signing off, and with me is the king of the South Alabama Turndown, a.k.a. the guy who put 26, what they call Buckeyes, into his mouth at one time.
Let's go.
Dale Boyd.
Let's go. See y'all next week. 2 weeks.